Hello, family, back with another one. Tonight, we're going to be entering into a sovereign space to connect with spirit and to be enlightened of the journey ahead. Okay, but before we dive into the message, let's perform what's called an energetic diagnosis. I will be doing these each time before I do any readings, okay? We want to clear the energy and see what's, weighing heavy on us, and then we'll move forward into the reading. So let's go ahead and dive in with that, okay? These cards are a little stiff, so... So the energetic diagnostic is saying that someone is overcommitting to tasks that drains you to serve others, okay? Overcommitting to tasks that drains you to serve others. We don't want this to happen, okay? This is a no-no. There is no need for you to, drain yourself to just to be able to help someone else or to serve someone else. Serving is a beautiful thing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm serving the community. But I have to also take care of myself, and I can't do it to the point or the capacity of it, draining me. So you have to find that balance. So what we're going to do to cancel that out and to clear that energy out of your space is we're going to affirm that no is a complete sentence. And you're going to confess that I honor my energy as sacred currency. I honor my energy as sacred currency because it is. So you can take this and you can confess it, send it out into the ethers. I'll try to start adding this where you can have this is handwritten. So I'll try to do it to where you can, I'll put it up there to where you can have it. You can replay the video or stop and screenshot or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and affirm this, that this is a no-no, and we moving forward will honor our energy as sacred currency. So now again, you can write it down, burn it and release it, or you can just confess it and send it out into the ethers. I give respect and reverence to my ancestors on tonight. I honor the Most High, and I express gratitude to my spiritual team. And I ask that Spirit speak to us on tonight and give us exactly what we need. If there's someone, y'all gonna have to bear with me. I have a little cough, just a little congestion here. Nothing major, but just bear with me. Throat is a little deep tonight. But anyways, I need you to, if there is something that you are specifically in search of and needing guidance, I hope that you can find your answer on tonight. So it wouldn't hurt for you to take a moment to just go before Spirit and ask the Most High to share with you through me, channel, the answers or the guidance, whatever it is that you're needing on tonight. And most times it happens, okay? And also remember, every reading is not for an immediate answer, or it does not guide you. You can't see, in other words, you don't see clarity. You still see the fog, okay? And sometimes maybe a day or two, or maybe even a week or a month later, the light will go off, or something will happen, and it'll all kind of come together and make sense. So you just got to kind of keep that in mind too. Sometimes I know when I'm listening to someone and I feel like their reading is directed towards me, and then it's like, no, not so much. A lot of times that part is for you. It is for me, and then sometimes further down the road, I can kind of, everything else kind of snaps into place. But every reading is not for everybody, okay? These are collective readings, but there's always going to be something out there for you if you just tune in and attune yourself to Spirit and learn how to hear how Spirit speaks, and all of our perceptions are different. So to each its own, okay? So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, we're going to do both. Okay, I got hardship. So some of you may be experiencing some type of hardship, whether financial hardship, hardship in the way of rejection, in a relationship, just whatever the case, some sort of hardship. Okay, and I got the number 17 here, the star card. The star card, number 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 signifies new beginnings, infinite abundance, spiritual rebirth, karmic balance. So what are you trying to say on tonight, Spirit? What is it that you're trying to message us? Intimate relationships. Some of you may be just getting involved in intimate relationships, or have a willingness to get involved with someone intimately, but just a open heart to create strong emotional connections. Okay, let's see. I'm having trouble dealing tonight, shuffling. Decisions. Yes or no? Yes or no? You are at a critical decision point in your life. Making a clear and confident choice will lead to positive outcomes. Okay, so we were looking at the hardship. You're going through something right now, in some area of your life, whether it be relationships, finances, maybe leadership positions, who knows, whatever it is, you're going through something and you find it very difficult and challenging at the time. But then there's the star card. Star card is a card of hope and recognition. Okay, inspiring creativity. Then you got the intimate relationships. Okay, intimate relationships. I feel what spirit is going with this. I'm feeling a tug in my spirit. You're going through difficulties right now where you are. And I believe it's in the space of relationships. You're having problems with intimacy. You're having problems. And when I say intimacy, it's not meaning just a bedroom action. Okay. What I mean is just that strong emotional connection. That is where you're finding, I'm sorry, that is where you're finding the hardship. Okay. It's getting very difficult to balance and to keep everything in a wholesome status. Okay. But there is hope. The star card is saying that there is hope. All you have to do is make a decision. Sometimes before we can move on from one relationship to another relationship, we've got to make that's the hard part. That's where we find it difficult. Even though sometimes something is not healthy for us, such as a relationship, being that or depending on upon how long you've been in that relationship, sometimes you can know that that it's not healthy and that it will never work. But simply because you've been connected and committed to that individual for a period of time, especially long extended periods of time, it makes it hard to make that decision between that yes and that no. So it makes it very difficult to decipher which way to go. So let's pull another one. Let me get one from this deck here. Yeah, yeah. Hardships. You're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. You're trying to decide. It's an intimate problem. It's a relationship issue, and you're stuck. But Spirit is saying to you on tonight that there is hope. And when you break away, whichever choice you decide to make, let me say it like that. Once you make your choice and free yourself to back to that happy state, you know, back to that state of being wholesome and not being so uptight, because when you're in a hardship, there's nothing relaxing about that. everything is depleted and deplenished, you know, at least it feels that way. So what you have to remind yourself is that once you make the right choice, the choice that is right for you, then you'll find that creativity is going to spring into action. You're going to be able to move with more flexibility. You know, you're going to feel free and light. Your heart's going to be light, you know, like the feather, a light feather, just floating and with ease. Okay. So that's how you have to look at this. Relationships are not easy at all. So, and especially when it's come to a place where you have to possibly plan that exit strategy. Okay. So let's see what Spirit is saying about this in depth. Spirit, I ask that it's pretty clear now, but if there is something else that the listeners are needing to hear for just that extra layer of knowing, guidance, speak to us. Beautiful. As I said, rebirth. Once you make that right decision, you'll see your whole life turn around. It's gonna be a new birth taking place. You're gonna walk out of that old skin. You know, sometimes unhealthy relationships they stunt your growth. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're not happy, if you're not moving forward, if you're not into your creative state, you are stagnant, you are stale, you are stuck, you're unproductive, and therefore you are miserable, you're unhappy, you know. And so in order to move forward, you're gonna have to go ahead and make that decision, okay? Yes or no. I promise you, with time, it gets easier. It will get easier. But if you don't make the choice, if you don't make the decision to better yourself and to better position yourself to move forward in a more wholesome, healthier way, then, you're going to find yourself still in that hard place. Okay? Very difficult place to be. Look at that. Walking in the snow, no shoes on, you know, it's not a good sight. So I encourage you, beloved, to make that choice and go ahead and allow your life to flourish. You know, shed that old skin, renew your mind. A rebirth means everything becomes fresh and new. Okay? So that's it, and that is all for this reading. I encourage you guys, if there is anyone who's stuck, rather personal in your personal life or professional life, I challenge you to really soul search and ask yourself, find out why or what it is that's keeping you stuck. Here is a relationship situation, but I could still see the persecution hangover in here, because a lot of times when an individual is in a hardship or in a relationship or in any position in life, job, career, whatever, in a religion that they want to exit, anything that the world or society deems as being a normal place and a stable place to be. And when one is wanting to exit that and embark on new things, then they're looked upon as, you know, crazy or unstable, not with it, you know. So it can be difficult. Hardship, exiting any type of, like I said, whether a relationship or not, that exit sometimes is difficult because it involves so much more than what meets the eye. It's not just about you and another individual, or you and that career, or you and that religion, Are you in that organization, whatever it is? But it's about the persecution. It's about the feedback from society. It's about the labeling, you know. So I see the persecution hangover in many things, in many readings, in many life issues that people deal with. A lot of times the reason we can't make a healthy choice or move forward in things is because we really deep down inside fear being persecuted. So this is why I stress that it is important that we get to a place, continue to heal, continue on your journey, that you can get to a place where you're free and you can really truly say, I don't care. I'm unbothered. Oh, what did they say? You know, I have to live for me, y'all. We only have this one experience here in this realm, you know, and at the end of the day, 6, 7 months down the road, once you do what you really desire, nobody won't even remember. Let me tell you something. People don't even think about you as much as you think. Sometimes that little wheel that turns in that head, way off, okay? So, but I do understand and I get it. I know for the most part, yeah, there's some ridicule and some persecution that comes when you make some type of big change in your life. But I promise you, it gets easier. But until then, even if you're not ready to make the change, start working on yourself, you know, little bit by little bit. But the goal is to get to a place where you become totally unbothered. And the way you'll get there is the more you free yourself up, the more you become freer and more liberated, you'll find that you'll get to a place where there is nothing that bothers you. I challenge you to live your life the way that you want to live your life. Be happy. It's your life. It's no one else's life. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Before I go, if you're needing assistance in transitioning, or if you say, you know what, Coach K, I need someone to help me. I really want to do this or do that. My heart is not in this anymore, but I am afraid and I don't know how to take that first step. Reach out to me. All of my contact information is on my website. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I don't really do Instagram too much, but I really do all of my collaboration and correspondence through my website. So if you go to www.tch-nextlevel.com, you'll find I have an Oracle page if you want an Oracle readings page. If you want to schedule a reading, we can do that. If you need to just talk to somebody, we can do that. If you need an alignment audit, we can do that. And then I even have a signal scan just to see how you're vibrating. Where are you? And all of these things that I've mentioned, that's for personal and professional. So if you're a professional and you're needing to shift some things, but you're not quite sure how to do it, or perhaps you too are afraid, okay? Sometimes it can be, it can be testy. So if you're wanting to shift, if you're wanting to upgrade your business, especially your aesthetics and how you come out and present yourself as the new you, then I got you. Same thing. Go to my website, www.tch-nextlevel.com, and I'll be glad to assist you with your endeavors. Living a sovereign life is one of the best things you could do for yourself. I challenge you, live free, live unbothered, live bold, live unapologetically. Until the next reading, peace, love, and much, much light. But always remember, if you got to go to war, be ready to do so.